Good day to my lecturer and my fellow classmates. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to show you something. Ta-da! This is one of the recipe book I turned when my life forced into a difficult transition. My journey into baking, especially cake pop, began at the time when I had just lost my job. It was an emotional period. I felt uncertain, unprepared, and worried about what I would do next. Today, with the same passion, I will be sharing my speech title, The Sweet Art of Baking Cake Pops, a Small Treat with Big Joy. Cake pops are not very common in Malaysia, and that is exactly why this hobby felt so special to me. It is something unique, colorful, and surprisingly meaningful. My speech purpose is to instruct, meaning I will teach how to do something in clear, organized, and practical way. First, what are cake pops? A simple treat with big personality. Cake pops are basically small, bite-sized cakes shaped into balls, placed on a stick and decorated with different colors and designs. At the first glance, they might look like lollipops, but once you take a bite, you will taste soft cake inside, coated with chocolate outside. What I love the most is how something is so tiny can still express creativity, emotion, and even culture through colors and decorations. Unlike regular cakes, like pops allows us to experiment freely and with shapes, patterns, and sprinkles, and even themes. The first step is to prepare a simple cake. You can bake one from a scratch, or you can even use a box of cake mix. The flavors is up to your preference: chocolate, vanilla, red velvet, or even pandan. However, what matters most is the texture. For cake pops, the cake should be light, soft, and easy to scramble. If you use a cake that is too dense or oily, such as a very buttery cake, it becomes harder or shaped later. So choosing the right texture is most important. Once your cake is baked, allow it to cool completely. This is a crucial detail because a hot cake will turn mushy and mixed later. Many beginners rush this step and end up with sticky, wet mixture. So many advise to let the cake cool down naturally for at least of 1 hour. The second step is scrambling the cake. After a cake cools, the next step is to scramble it. Gently break the cake into small pieces with your hands and place them into a large bowl. You want the texture to be like soft breadcrumbs. Make sure there is no large chunks because this will make the cake pops uneven. Scrambling the cake is also the moment where you can check the moisture level. If the cake feels so dry, you may need slightly more frosting later. If it feels so wet, you will need less frosting. This step prepares the fountain for the smooth round shape we want. The third step is mixing the cake with frosting. Now comes the binding step. Add frosting to the scrambled egg. You can use chocolate frosting, buttercream, or even cream cheese frosting depending on the cake flavor. Start by adding 1 or 2 tablespoons at the time. This is important because too much of frosting will make the mixture sticky and heavy, which cause the cake pops to fall off the stick later. Too little frosting will make the mixture crumble apart. Mix gently using a spoon or your hand until the texture becomes similar to the cookie dough, soft, firm, and able to hold this shape. The purpose of frosting is to bind the scrambled egg together. Think of as glue, but just like glue, using too much will ruin the structure, so balance is the key. The fourth step is forming small balls. After the cake mixture is ready, the next step is shaping. Take a small amount of dough and roll it between your palm to form a smooth ball. The size should be about 1 inch, similar to a ping pong ball but slightly smaller. The balls must be smooth, firm and round because this affects how well the chocolate coating sticks later. Place each ball on the tray lined with baking paper. After shaping all the balls, chill them in the refrigerator for 15 to 20 minutes. This step helps to firm them. If the balls are too soft, they may break when we insert into the sticks. The fifth step is attaching the sticks. Now we move to attaching the cake pops into the stick. Dip the tip of the stick into a melted chocolate, just a small amount, then gently push it halfway into the cake pops. The chocolate acts as a glue that holds the stick into the cake together. After inserting the cake sticks, place the cake pops back into the refrigerator for another 10 minutes to let the chocolate harden. This helps prevent the cake pops from falling from the dipping. Step 6 is coating in chocolate. This is the most enjoyable part of the process. Melt the chocolate or candy melt slowly using the double boil method or microwave. The chocolate should be smooth, not too thick or too runny. Hold the cake pop by the stick and dip it straight down into the chocolate. Gently rotate it on the tap excess chocolate off. The coating should be even and clean. If the chocolate is too hot, it will crack when it's cold. It's too thick, it will make the cake pop too heavy. So melt it slowly and stir consistently. Step 7 is adding a decoration. Once the chocolate coating is wet, you can add decorations. Sprinkles, mini hearts, crushed nuts, colored sugar or drizzle with another chocolate color. This is where creativity truly shines. Decorations must be added quickly before the chocolate hardens. This is what we give pop their cheerful and attractive appearance. Place the cake pop up into the stand and styrofoam block to let them dry completely. The conclusion is, in making cake pops is much more than simply following the recipe. It is a creative journey that combines patience and imaginations. From preparing a base cake, crumbling it, mixing into frosting, shaping the balls, insert the sticks, coating them in chocolate and finally decorating them. A very single step teaches us something valuable. It teaches us attention to the detail, the importance of patience, and the satisfaction that comes from creating something beautiful with your around us. I hope after listening to my instructions, you will feel inspired to try making a cake pops yourself and experience the satisfaction and joy that comes from creating something with your own hand. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this small hobby, which has brought so much of joy into my life, can inspire you in your own way. Thank you.